Hello everyone, welcome back. I've brought in this elm forest today to give it a little bit of a spring pruning. These trees were just trees I collected on the side of the road. They were just like little whips on the side of the road growing, and they were coming and clearing the road, side of the road. So I just pulled them out, brought them home, stuck them in some individual pots. These three here were actually, that's the way they were growing. They just grew as a little clump style kind of a thing. I probably should have separated them if I was going to put them in, knowing I was putting them in the forest, and maybe straighten this one up. But I don't know, I think they're all joined down here, but maybe next time I'm repotting this, I might go in there with a saw and cut that one separate and divide it off, because it's a bit sloped, as you can see, leaning over on top of the other one. I couldn't even straighten it, because as far as I remember, this is all joined at the bottom, so it's just leaning over at the moment. So yeah, we'll have to do a bit of a job on that maybe when we do a repot. The other problem tree is probably this little one at the front here. Yeah, I can't really see it now, but it has a kind of a funny, where it was cut here, it sent out a branch, chopped it here, and sent out a branch which went whoop in a curve. I could possibly put a bit of wire on it and straighten it, but it doesn't really have anything here on all this curve. The thing I could do is take that all off, just keep it as a little tree, but for now we'll leave it, because it's healing the cut anyway, and maybe in the future, if it doesn't put out branches out here, we'll chop it back and just make it as a little tree. Okay, so as you can see, some of the trees grow a bit quicker and better than the others. This one here has always been the kind of better growing tree, probably the best shaped tree. It has a really big cut at the back, you can't really see it from the front, but it's starting to get kind of a bit long now and leggy, and the leaves are starting to get a bit big, so that one definitely needs a bit of pruning. And we'll just go through them all and just check on each one. You see the leaves get quite big if you leave them grow. So okay, so we'll start with this one I suppose and work our way along. Bring the table forward a little bit more. So I'm just going to be reducing it back to 1 or 2 leaves. Again, making sure we go with the direction we want our branches to grow. There's lots of buds all over it, so once I trim these back, it might push out more buds back along, and then the next time we prune it, we can take it back again a bit more. You can see it's getting quite overgrown now, and we don't want it to start shading out the lower branches. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a pruning, take off anything that's either getting too long or growing in the wrong direction. Take out any of the big leaves, and growing up. Like this branch here now, we can take that off. It's growing upwards. I'll take these ones back. Like I said before, I just treat these elms the same as I treat my Chinese elms. Just keep them pruned, and for me that seems to work. Just keep pruning them every couple of weeks, taking out all the long growth. This branch is kind of getting a bit high, so let me take that out completely. Take out all the long growth, and keep pruning it back. And that's, some people may say it kind of weakens the tree. If it does, and I see it's getting weak, which I have never really come across that problem, to be honest, with these trees. You could always just leave it go, but I don't really suffer with that problem. These seem to grow fine. They don't mind a bit of a pruning every so often to keep them in check. If anything, I think they kind of thrive on it more because they get more leaves, more branching, more ramification. I mean, these trees are not that old, only had them a couple of years, and you can see already how much they've started branching out and ramifying. Like, these were just, when I planted them, just sticks in the pot basically, and because they were quite long, just chopped them all down. And I've just been doing this since, and it's been working so far. It's helped get a bit of light down into the lower branches and stuff. Okay, starting to get a bit of thinning out now. Lower branch now. From this height I can see a bit better. And if I lift up the branch and look underneath it, you can see the leaves a bit easier. Get your scissors in there to the right place, rather than trying to work down on the tree. Can you get under it if you can? Definitely makes it a bit easier. Had lots and lots of rain again over here today and yesterday, so all my water barrels are full to the brim again. I haven't had to water my trees again for a few days. Just now and again I have to go around and just water the ones that where the trees are bigger than the pot, you know, the foliage overgrows the pot. Them ones you might have to just get in there with a watering can, or the ones with fresh moss that have been recently done. I just give them a little spraying just to keep the moss damp if I can. Okay, it's this last branch over here. Okay, that kind of looks like the first tree is looking nicely thinned out. Like my other elms and things, just keep your eye on them. I need to just have a pair of scissors in your hand when you're looking around the garden in the evening. I like to walk around in the evening with a cup of coffee and just look over my trees, and then I might spot little branches that need pruned back. These ones I won't prune, I want them to grow because they're quite thin. Up here I'm not too sure again what to do with up here. I think I'll take that one right back. I think it's quite thin too, but just give me a slight trimming. Okay. Go to this tree back here. There's not a ton of big leaves on this one, it's quite small, it's only leafing out recently. Just take off some of these growing tips that are growing upwards. Probably leave this one's not doing too bad. I'll leave that one until the next pruning. Not a lot needs to be done with that one until it starts to grow out. The leaves are still quite small. The front one, I want these branches to grow a bit, so I'm not going to take too much off them. And I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet. Like I said, I might chop that top off yet. This one, again the same. Leaves are not really that big yet. It's not going crazy yet. Check over it, take off any stubs. And growing upwards. Just reduce the top back a small bit here. Branch going up there, we can take that off on that one. Leave that one in there. There's one going back there we can take out. I think we're okay with that one for now. We'll leave that one. Them two are okay. And again now the second one. Right descending and see how big the leaves are getting on this one. Just basically taking off again the branches that are growing upwards so they don't take all the vigour out of the branch and end up being chopped off. Then we've lost all that vigour on a branch growing upwards. And there's a branch in here, we could probably get rid of that one completely and then blocking the view of the trunk, and this one here. Here we'll just take the tips off. Back here. Leave that one to grow out a bit. Big leaves in there, we'll get rid of them. Just cutting across the others. Quite thick up here, this area. Let's try and thin this out a bit if I can. Just here there's like no light getting through there. Prune out that one. It's amazing, you take off, there's no light getting in, you take off one branch and then all of a sudden you get a nice big gap then for the light to get through. It makes it more tree-like as well, I think, when you have gaps in your trees rather than just a solid ball of foliage. Take this right back here again to create a gap. You want to try and get some gaps in there so that you can see through. Right there now, it's hard to see with the camera now, but you want to be able to see through into the trunk. And if it's just a big ball of foliage and you can't see the trunk, it doesn't look as realistic, I don't think, as when you have little gaps through. I feel it makes the tree look older than when it's just a big solid massive foliage. Okay, I think we're not far off now with the pruning. And like I said, I'll just keep an eye on it and keep pruning it every now and again. Well, what we'll do also is just give the moss a bit of a pruning back as well, because that's getting a bit long. I still haven't put a path or anything in this one yet. For now I'm just growing the trees. I'll just cut around the edge. Maybe later in the summer we'll put a bit of a path in or something. Could also start training some of this moss into like moss balls, make little bushes and stuff, but again for now I'm just concentrating on the trees at the moment. That could be something we could do in the summer. We've got a bit of work on the landscape of it. What's here's gonna have to bring in my larch forest, have a look at that. I noticed one of the trees, the big larch forest on the slab, and one of the trees is the bottom branches were all dying off. I wasn't sure why until I checked it then and just noticed it, and I was wondering why, but when I turned it round, let's pull out this little fella. When I turned it round, the birds were obviously pulled away the moss and been pecking and digging in the back of the tree, the back of the planting, and pulled away all the moss, all the soil from around the roots of that tree. So it's still growing good and everything, it's just the bottom branches were just dying off. So for now I just put a big piece of moss over it just to keep the moisture in. I don't know if that was what was wrong with it, but I've got the moss right now, so I need to bring it in, and it needs pruning anyway, and let that fix that. Maybe fill it in with a bit more soil and put another piece of moss in, maybe put some pins in to hold the moss in place to stop the birds from stripping it. It's there. Okay, moss isn't really growing too much upon the trees yet, so we're all right there. It's just a little bit. Just a little bit on this little trunk here. It'll take off. That one back there is a bit too. Just give it a scrub with the toothbrush. Keep on top of that, we don't want it climbing up and rotting away the trunks. Okay, so I think that one is done. Stop there. For now, wouldn't say it's done because we'll always be trimming it. So I'll put that back out on the bench. And again, another bit of sunshine if it ever comes. Plenty of rain. There's a couple of nice trees. This one here is quite nice. This one back here has got some good shape. This one isn't the greatest. This one is all to one side, so that's not great either. I may one day put another tree back here, another small one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees, 7 trees in it at the moment. Maybe we'll put one in there, maybe one back there or something. But yeah, that's it. So for now, as usual, if you have any comments or anything you want to add, just put it in the comments. And like that, if you can share it, share my videos, it would help. And subscribe. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.